What's going on? Welcome to the Little Internet Show. It's DMac SMaK. Broncos put on the pads. Sean Payton rips on everybody with little internet shows. Jokic cries. Does he care more about horse racing than basketball? Deion Sanders, 11 a.m. press conference today. Tone could be kind of serious. Rockies absolutely miserable. All of that coming up here on DMac SMaK. Welcome to it. We appreciate you being here. We're brought to you by our great friends at Journey Spice. You want to hit up the QR code? Well, go ahead and do so. Journey Spice is the absolute best. No salt, no sugar, non-GMO. I take it everywhere. I put it on everything. Every single meal that we have has Journey Spice on it. Doesn't matter if it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Doesn't matter if it's seafood, if it's meat, if it's pasta. We love Journey Spice, and you will too. Just save 10% using the code 10nuggets at Amazon.com. All the information is scrolling down below, and the QR code is the first way to go. So get with it with Journey Spice. Sean Payton, just to rewind a little bit, and we'll get to the news of the Broncos as they're in pads. But first, we just want to address little internet shows. And you can hear your boy, DMac, have a little chuckle. We go back a few days, though. This is a few days ago when Sean Payton said that.
He's someone that works his tail off, wants to improve. You know, the whole off season is planned out. You know, he's gone and visited Breeze for 4 or 5 days, and that's Tom House in here. And there's a lot that he wants to absorb in a fast period of time, and that's a great thing for a young player like that. You know, and you know, we're never just going to pick up from where we left off, but there's a lot of building to do when we look at last year.
All right, so you get that. Sean Payton a few days ago mentions Drew Brees, and then on Saturday, and I don't know who this muggle was. I do not know who the reporter, muggles, was, but you got all of Sean.
It wasn't reported. I stated it 3 days ago. Gosh, your own little internet shows are driving me crazy. Listen, Bo Nix, if you were here 2 days ago, you would have heard me say he spent some time with Breeze. So it was.
Wait a second. Our little internet shows drive him crazy? Now, I'm going to play the rest of this. The person that laughs is me. I didn't mean to laugh as loud as I did, and I got a head turn from Sean. But it is a little internet show.
It wasn't reported. I stated it 3 days ago. Gosh, your own little internet shows are driving me crazy. Listen, Bo Nix, if you were here 2 days ago, you would have heard me say he spent some time with Breeze. So it was reported. Keep going.
How's it makes it different?
No, just what I said 3 days ago.
John,
I don't know why I was the only one that found that funny. Well, it's our own little internet show. We'll get to your comments here in a little bit, more about our great friends at Journey Spice. That wasn't all on Saturday. It was Snarky Sean.
How have you handled some of those schedules here early in camp?
Say it again.
Some of the guys, some of your key contributors coming off major injuries from last year.
Who were those guys?
Well, I mean, we have Greenlaw, Hufanga. We have, I'm trying to think, Evan Ingram. You know,
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure.
Has been kind of cut back. How are you handling those guys' injuries? Or with them too, so they'll be healthy.
Tell me when I can go. Can I go? All right. Good question.
That being said, I mean, Sean's all right. Sean's in charge. The camp is going great. Really going great. Except for Drew Sanders. This was a bummer. Mike Kliss reporting Drew Sanders will miss extended time with a foot connective tissue injury. They got Greenlaw, they got Stranad, they got Lavelle Bailey, they got Alex Singleton. There's depth there. I just feel bad for Drew Sanders. Kid can't catch a break. He's inside, he's outside, Achilles injury. Now this, I was there on Saturday to see him getting carted off, and it sucks. Nobody likes to see anybody on a cart. And then can you get into the building on your own? Drew Sanders could not. I had to put his arms around a couple of trainers and limped off into the training room. I feel bad for him. And I don't know if he'll ever find a position or ever be healthy, despite what everybody concedes is some incredible natural talent. It just, I don't know. We'll see. I hope for the best for him. I'm certainly not rooting against him. Meanwhile, it will be interesting to see if Mike McGlinchey is out there. He was sort of at practice on Saturday, but he wasn't practicing, but he was observing with a big, huge sleeve on his right leg. So, like a big compression sleeve. So, we'll see. But he practiced for 1 day in the acclimation period, and then it wasn't a family issue. It was some sort of thing that, deserved a sleeve. But again, this is just a little internet show. So hopefully I'm getting that right. But I was out there to see it. Meanwhile, you want to talk about some studs. Hey, RJ Harvey had a time on Saturday. We'll see when we get the pads on. And Sean did say that it's pretty obvious with running backs once you put on pads what's going on. That being said, a huge difference between your last year and this year.
Yeah, it's hard for me to reference that. It's hard for me to. I kind of know what you're looking for and where you want things to be, and but I would say from a reporting date, the health of our team, and the first week now, there are a lot of things that I'm encouraged with. We had two pretty warm days, I would say, these last two, and I thought they handled it a little better today than yesterday, without letting that creep into the mental errors. But I think that, overall, I like the look at it. It was a young team a year ago, and obviously playing a lot of young players. These guys come back now. Some of the things come a little quicker to them, and that's what you're seeing.
Yeah, it looks sharp. It does. And today, and it's a full week this week, 6 days in a row. They had yesterday off, so they're in pads now. You could really say, here we go with football training camp. Like, this is it. So we'll see the full measure of the team. It's great that Vic and Mark Mosers returned from their Italian vacation together. Make sure you like and subscribe for all the content as we broadcast live from training camp for as long as they'll let us stay out there. And that is on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. Make sure you like and subscribe, and you get all the latest content. Meanwhile, Bo Nix on year 2.
Just been there, done that. I don't have to worry about what certain looks are or what, as crazy as it sounds, where we're going for the locker room or where we're going for the stretch. I mean, I know it. I can, get there and do it, knock it out. Now I can focus on the next level things and the details and not really the overall picture. And just, a lot of times as a rookie, you just don't want to look like an idiot. Now you can go out there and, look a lot better than an idiot. So I'm excited for year 2, excited for this football team.
Who doesn't want to look a lot better than an idiot? Again, on this little internet show, it's something I strive for and continually fail. Try to look better than an idiot. That should be a t-shirt. But Bo isn't satisfied with not just looking like an idiot. He wants to be the best in the world.
Obviously, cool honor for, because that's your peers thing. That's guys you play. But at the same time, just the way I think, the way I am motivated, I want to continue to, get higher, and not even for the ranking. It doesn't really matter what you're ranked. It's just, an internal standard that I have that I want to be the best in the world. And I know there's a lot of guys that I'm competing for that with. And, I'm not going to stop until I at least give it my best try.
Well, he's off to a great start to be the best in the world. And we'll see Bo out there. He's been great. He's been great. The team has looked great. There was a fun moment in camp where Pat Bryant thought he had a touchdown and Chris Abrams-Drain ripped it away. By the way, talk about a guy we hardly talk about at all, Chris Abrams-Drain. That dude can play. And the depth at corner in the secondary is for reals. I probably shouldn't say for reals on my little internet show. Listen, they look great. And with the day off and the pads coming on, and I'm bummed about Drew Sanders, that sucks. But overall, the health of this team is kind of crazy. It's insane. A note, and Mike Kliss pointed this out too, that Courtland Sutton on Saturday did not participate in 7-7 or team drill 11-on-11. He didn't participate in that, although he did do everything else. So there may be a little contract negotiation. I wouldn't call it any kind of holdout, but there may be a contract negotiation going on where Sutton doesn't want to overextend himself. But he was participating in everything else that was going on. So kind of if that is really happening, very subtle holdouts, very subtle. But let's keep our eyes on it as they practice today when there's more contact and there's more just kind of everything as they put the pads on. Keep your eyes and see. Let's see what the participation of Courtland Sutton actually is. Meanwhile, there was a story on Saturday that seemed hard to believe. Brandon Jones said that PJ Locke had a surgery where he grew an inch.
It's like he hasn't lost a step at all. And he did grow an inch, which is a little crazy. I'm like, hey, I could use a little inch after the surgery. So I'm like, I might need to get that.
What? You grew an inch because of a surgery? And not that kind of surgery. We're talking height. I could use a surgery. I probably could use several surgeries. Meanwhile, other stuff with the Broncos. And, hey, kudos to the Broncos for figuring out how to do this camp thing with all the construction going on. And it is going to be an awesome facility when done. But right now, it's cranes, jackhammers, nails, workmen, hard hats, earth movers. I mean, everything you can imagine. And it's going to be awesome when it's completed. There's no doubt about it. But the fact that they still have room to accommodate fans, and yes, the walk from the soccer field down to the facility is not that long. And they do have a bike rack even closer that nobody was using Saturday except for me. But I appreciate having the DMac Memorial bike rack out there for another year. I literally was the only person that used the bike rack. Thank you. Appreciate it. Meanwhile, other things that matter, a new stadium. Damani Leach talked to the unwashed masses.
We have not made any decisions about preferred sites. I think what you've heard from us is really at a city level. So city conversations, city viewing, Denver, Aurora, Lone Tree. Beyond that, the levels of details there, no decisions have been made.
Well, okay, but I keep hearing that the Burnham Yards area, which is just south of the Metro State playing fields, is still going to be the area. So we'll take his word for it, but from everything I've been told behind the scenes, it's that's where it's going to be. To me, I want him in Lone Tree, but I found out being here in Lone Tree, people in Lone Tree aren't necessarily that excited about it. So I may be the only person literally in the Rocky Mountain region that wants the Lone Tree Broncos. But you can't take it that seriously because this is just a little internet show. Yeah.
Quarterback next was hanging out your quarterback.
It wasn't reported. I stated it 3 days ago. Gosh, your own little internet shows are driving me crazy. Listen, Bo Nick.
Okay. Sorry, Coach. We'll get to Nikola Jokic in a second. Also, the Rockies, completely pathetic. Ichiro rips on a reporter. Maybe he's got a little internet show. We'll get to all of that. But on a more serious note, at 11 a.m. today, Deion Sanders will hold a press conference about his health. And I'm very, very curious. Now, on his own social media with his son, Deion Sanders Jr., they put out a video that included this piece. Now, this goes back to May. And watching this makes me really scared for what Deion Sanders recently had to go through.
Mentally. Emotionally. Last night was tough. Yesterday was tough. Because I had to make a will. That's not easy at all. To think that you may not be here. But you want to make sure everybody.
All right, tough stuff. That again was back in May. Prime has missed a lot of stuff, has just not been around Boulder, but he's back. The press conference today will happen in Boulder, and gosh, I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping for the best, and I'm hoping if we're having a press conference about it, it's a positive press conference. Although obviously back this spring and in May, it was really, really scary for him. So I feel for you, man. Me and Prime are around the same age, and I haven't had to deal with near the health issues he's had, nor am I anywhere close to the same kind of athlete. I'm laughing on my own little internet show, but I really do feel bad for him, man. You know, he's gone through a ton, and my heart goes out to him. Your health is just the most important thing you can have, and there's too much life for him to live, and too much positive things he can bring to this community for him to be going through what he's going through. I'm with you, Prime. I want to hear good things. Today at 11, we'll have full coverage on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. Nikola Jokic celebrates and cries because of a horse. We'll get to that in a second.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Journey Spice, again, if you want to just be slick with it, just hit this QR code, blammo, and you're going to be rocking with the Journey Spice. Also, good news for Ross Colton and the Tour de France wraps up. We'll get to all of that. But first, Nikola Jokic is into horses. He's into harness racing. And whatever this race was, people are saying, based on his reaction, that he cared more about winning this particular harness race than winning an NBA championship.
Koga su emocije savladale očigledno.
There he is. He's hugging the horse, or the jockey. He's patting the horse. This guy has a helmet. That guy must be pretty tall overall. Got a big hug. It's a trainer guy, maybe. He's got a helmet on, though. I don't think that's the jockey, but, you know, look at he's crying. He's got his hands in his face. He's got tears coming down. I mean, we're having a good time here. Yeah, and it didn't end there. Let's go to the celebration. All right, we got a big trophy. Hold that in the air. He will win the championship of the harness racing. It's a veneer made of wheat. Jokic, he's got the champagne. He's looking for Jamal Murray to throw him in a pool. Here's Jokic, man. He is pumped. He is pumped up. Let's get it going. Yeah, baby. We won that horse race. Hell yeah. You get some champagne. The horse is like, what the fuck? What is that? A horse doesn't like the champagne. Hey, you get some poured on your head. Jockey dude. All right. How about you? I'm going to pour some on
Slavlja da čujemo.
Take a drink, jockey guy. Take a little drink, like a baby's cup, bottle. Hey, you deserve something. The horse is like, hey, listen, stay away from me. I got my wheat. The horse doesn't want any of it. Pour it on myself. I'm going to pour it on myself. Nikolai Jokic. That's awesome for the big fella. Nikolai Jokic. I don't know what the horse race was. It was a big one. It mattered a lot to him, so it matters a lot to us. Nikolai Jokic. I mean, that's the best thing we're going to see today, right?
Quarterback from Mexico's hanging out of your quarterback.
It wasn't reported. I stated it 3 days ago. Gosh, your own little internet shows are driving me crazy. Listen, Bowden.
Okay, golly. I'm going to lighten up, Sean. Hey, congratulations to Ross Colton, who got engaged. Will you marry me? And then it's like, bam, we're engaged. Will you marry me? Yes. I said yes because, I mean, look how good looking our dog is. Never mind what our kids are going to look like. There you go. Way to go, Avs. You know, somebody else from the Avs did get married over the weekend, too. And I'm forgetting who it was. But, gosh, who was it? Tell me in the comments who got married. Little trivia. You win nothing. Also, congratulations to Tadej Pogačar from Slovenia, who's probably the best athlete from Slovenia, and that includes Luka Doncic. He won his 4th Tour de France, and these are the guys who fixes flat tires because they are all way too fat compared to Tadej Pogačar. And it was an awesome finish at the end on the Tour de France because they stuck a couple of hills in there, and it was real racing in some wet, terrible conditions. And although I'm poking fun of the Tour de France and the fat guys that didn't ride a bike with Tadej Pogačar, I loved it. I loved every second of it. I loved the analysis of it. I loved the move with Lance and Bradley Wiggins and George Hincapie. I will miss the Tour de France despite how boring everybody else thinks it is. But I absolutely loved it. Meanwhile, we talk about the Rockies because I guess we have to. They did win on Friday, which was awesome. Gave you hope that they could win a road series. But then they lost 18-0 on Saturday. Absolute humiliation. And yesterday they lost 5-1, showing very little heart. They brought up a bunch of new guys. They've got some weird. They traded Ryan McMahon, of course. Victor Vodnik was on paternity leave. Really, you can't figure that out? Really, seriously, can't figure out when to have a kid? No, nothing. November through February. Okay, well, love takes over when it does, and the pitch. I mean, it was terrible. They weren't hitting. They couldn't pitch. I mean, it was back to the bad news Rockies.
What were you seeing from him? Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought he kept the ball down, and we never brought him up, really. I mean, the sweeper, the heater was down. Not a lot of hard contact off him today. He pitched, man. He pitched, and we didn't have an answer for him today.
On the other side for Austin Gomber, I mean, really one bad pitch to Tyler O'Neill, but what else did you see from Austin?
Yeah, I thought he spun the ball well. I thought his curveball was good. His changeup was good. I think there were some fastball mistakes that he would probably like to have back over the middle of the plate. But you can always count on G to compete every time out there. Just didn't work out today.
Really good signs.
Austin Gomber has fastball mistakes every time he pitches. He always looks like he's doing okay, and then he just sucks. He makes stupid mistakes, and he gets angry at himself, at the weather, at birds. I don't know. He's always pissed off. I don't know what to say about the Rocks at this. I try to I just tell you the truth where I can about the Rockies. So if they do play well, I am going to tell you that. I'm not just going to be down on the Rockies for no reason. But if they play like garbage and don't show much heart or effort, then I'm going to tell you that too. And that's the way it looked over the past 2 games. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. But, you try to always look at the bright side of life with the Rockies.
It was disappointing to not get one more, especially the way how you came back and won the opener of the series.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's disappointing to lose a series every time. But, we've won 2 out of 3 series now to start the second half. So we're looking to go into Cleveland and get us another series.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, Rockies tonight, Tuesday and Wednesday in Cleveland. Early games. They start really early in Cleveland for some reason. So, let's go. But if you were going to win a road series, it would have theoretically been easier to win a series against the Orioles than Cleveland. And we'll see. We'll see. And I do wonder, the Rockies are an interesting point because for a little bit there after the home series that was so good, it looked like they would cruise to the magical 42 win to not be the worst team of all time. They're 27-78, 51 games below 500. They're 5-5 in their last 5. They got to go 3-7. So really, it's like amazing what they've done. But they are minus 268 in run differential, minus 268 because you lost 18-0. And I was harsh on Bud Black when he lost 21-0. You had Kyle Farmer pitching for the Rockies, and dudes are doing Happy Gilmore slides, stepping up to hit home runs off Kyle Farmer. That happened. There was a Happy Gilmore baseball swing for a home run. They were garbage the past 2 games. Garbage. 1 run in 18 innings. Some stupid mistakes in the field. Just crap for the last 2 games. Disappointing to see. Disappointing to see when they had been playing actually overall really well. But it should not be acceptable that you're that bad. And it does make me wonder, can you sputter out 15 wins over 2 months as we're July 28th? I don't know. I guess we got 3 more games in the month of July. So any win in the month of July would be unbelievable. You get 1 win in Cleveland, that would actually be incredible. But I'm not holding my breath. I am not holding my breath based on the way they played. They are 33.5 games out of first place. And this is why they don't need to be the worst team of all time to make massive changes. The rest of the numbers should be embarrassing enough. So let's see. Let's see if they can win 15 more games to avoid being the worst team of all time. Speaking of baseball, Ichiro goes into the Hall of Fame, which was awesome. He also went in there with CC Sabathia, Billy Wagner, Dick Allen, and Dave Parker, and Shrine posts after they passed. But the Ichiro, even though he speaks English, barely speaks to reporters in English, even though he knows how to speak English. But he did give his speech in English at the Hall of Fame. And you have to know this for this joke from Ichiro, that he almost became the second unanimous vote. How a reporter didn't vote for him is ridiculous. Ichiro, this is amazing, wasn't a rookie in Major League Baseball until he was 27 years of age, but somehow got more than 3,000 hits in Major League Baseball. If you throw that into his prolific production in the Japanese League, he's got well over 4,000 hits. He had 262 hits in a season. Ichiro is one of the best baseball players of all time, period, the end. And he was one of the best ever at a young age in Japan, and then went to the U.S., where he had a lengthy career where he was unbelievable. He's one of my favorite players of all time, and there's nothing to think about with him getting into the Baseball Hall of Fame. But for some messed up reason, there's one turd out there as a baseball writer who didn't vote for him. So with that being said, here is the comic styles of Ichiro Suzuki.
Baseball taught me what it means to be a professional, and I believe that is the main reason I am here today. Not because my skills are better than others. 3,000 hits or 262 hits in one season are achievements recognized by the writers, well, all but one of you. And by the way, the offer for that writer to have dinner at my home has now expired.
Expired. That is fantastic. I love Ichiro. Congratulations. I'm not sure why baseball does their Hall of Fame ceremony in the middle of the summer in Cooperstown when it's horrible and hot and humid and sweaty, and it's in the middle of the season. They do their draft in the middle of the season too. Baseball's, it's baseball. But congratulations to Ichiro Suzuki. We're brought to you by our great friends at Journey Spice. Journey Spice is the absolute best. Just go here and use the QR code 10 nuggets, and you, my friend, will save yourself 10% at Amazon.com. All right, let's get to your comments here. And let's see here. Good morning, my DMac. Dominic, good morning to you. Checking in, DMac, to your little internet show. Yeah, just chilling on our little internet show.
Quarterback next was hanging out of your quarterback.
It wasn't reported. I stated it 3 days ago. Gosh, your own little internet shows are driving me crazy. Listen, both.
Okay, all right. I get it. I don't mean to bug you. It's just a little internet show. Let's go, DMac. Yeah, exactly. Who gets more interceptions this season? PS2, Huff, I think you mean, or Brandon Jones? Well, Justin Simmons used to, eat those deflective, tipped sort of interceptions. PS2 doesn't get thrown at that much, but I'll still say PS2. You can tell Sean has spies on the internet to tell him what's about the podcast. I mean, Sean must pay attention. If he's annoyed by something, he must pay attention to it a little bit. Morning, Bub. You done with that march towards history? Well, kind of. Although I'm happy to bring it back if there's anybody who really wants me to do it. I was doing it for a while, but I don't want to get distracted on the old YouTube here from what matters. And the Broncos matter way more than the Rockies at this moment. So let me know in the comments if you'd like it. I could perhaps just do it on my own Twitter, but we don't need to flood the timeline with a bunch of Rockies games that nobody cares about. Thank you, DMac. And by the way, on that one, you can just tell from the views. And there are a lot of people watching, and maybe it's just a Twitter thing that I do. So that might just be a Twitter thing. Thank you, DMac, for all the content. Thank you. Thoughts on Happy Gilmore too? Sure. I think without doing any spoilers here, there were some fun moments, but as a movie, you've got to have a story to connect the fun moments. And the movie came across as a bunch of Saturday Night Live sketches rather than a movie. And you don't need the most serious story in the world. It can be fun. In fact, I went back and watched Happy Gilmore, the first one, the original, because I was like, wait a second, I thought this was funny. And it was. Like the original Happy Gilmore, to me, holds up, even though I've seen it more than a dozen times. So they make some weird decisions in Happy Gilmore too. I think there's a lot of different ways they could have gone. It didn't really look that great. There were some funny kind of moments, but there was also an absurd amount of cameos and a kind of like they screwed it up. They screwed it up in the story, and they did the best they could with the story that they created for themselves. But in all honesty, I think they went with the storyline because it's pretty obvious that Adam Sandler's daughter takes ballet. And so they figured out, well, my daughter takes ballet. How can we feature her? And that kind of was the premise. And then they got into a second storyline about Happy Gilmore trying to save the PGA. It's like, huh? So while there were some funny moments, the story sucked. And the last 15 minutes of the movie was terrible because of the corner they backed themselves in. So do you need money for your daughter to go to ballet school? Or do you need to save the PGA? Like, there were just a million different ways they could have gone with Happy Gilmore 2. So while I enjoyed part of it, little pieces of it, it was 2 hours long. Hey, man, if you're going to do that, you got to be with comedies. Comedies are tight, 90, 95 minutes, something like that. 2 hours? 2 hours. And it's because they just got too convoluted with the story. So if you shave 20 minutes off this bad boy and you get rid of the saving the PGA thing and maybe just focus on your daughter, maybe you'd be okay. So, yeah, it was brutal. Like the end of the movie and the golf part of it sucked. That sucked. The relationship, Adam Sandler's always pretty good with like relationship stuff and connecting things. And, but the way they went overboard because of to put his daughter in the movie was kind of ridiculous. The little internet show now has commercials. Well, the little internet show's got the old Journey spice. The horse is like, what the fuck? Internet shows, LOL. Parker Kelly. It was Parker Kelly. Thank you, Joey B. Parker Kelly got married. I just don't have any photos of Parker Kelly. I'm sorry about that. I like the handsome Ross Colton. Sell the rocks. Yeah, I haven't heard that before. Let's face it, guys like me told you all about Deion would only coach as long as Shadur was here. Now his health is convenient. Oh, come on, man. Nah, I'm not rolling with you on that. What do you think? Deion's faking this stuff? Nah, no way. Are you broadcasting from your mom's closet? Behind me is the history of my life. There's all sorts of things behind me that everything means something. There's nothing up here by accident. My mom's, I'm 56 years old. He's fake and he can take his immature. Oh boy, man, you're harsh, dude, about Prime. I'm not really feeling that. Did I see my question on the Bo Nix 64 top 100? Yes. Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. It was really, really cool. And I thought Bo's answer was cool. And I have talked about this. I was not trying to be snarky. I promise you I was not trying to be snarky about what you see on that interception. I dropped back and I threw it to the other team. Yeah. Do you think Pat Bryant will end up as wide receiver 2 by the end of the season? I do not. I think wide receiver 2 or 1A, 1B will be Marvin Mims. No. Darn, I know you didn't get enough views, but I really enjoyed watching the march. Well, maybe in all honesty, I might just do it on Twitter. So I'm glad that you say that. And the fact that you said it, I'm tending to just do the March Towards History just on Twitter and not flood the YouTube page with all of that. So thank you. I appreciate that. I'll roll it out on Twitter and see what people think. And if people, I love watching the Rockies. I watch them every single game. I did tune into the Rockies on Saturday when they were down 8-0. And I was like, forget this. So I went back and watched pieces of it, but I'm not going to sit there and just. It was not that entertaining. Although it was funny, I watched every pitch of the 21-0 game. So that's true. But there you go. Hey, listen, thank you guys for watching. I know you don't have to do this. I mean, why would you? Especially because it's just a little internet show.
Quarterback Next was hanging out your quarterback.
It wasn't reported. I stated it 3 days ago. Gosh, your own little internet shows are driving me crazy. Listen, Bo Nix, if you were here 2 days ago, you would have heard me say he spent some time with Breeze. So it was reported. Keep going.
How's it makes it different?
No, just what I said 3 days ago.
John, Adam.
That was me laughing like an idiot. Hope you have a great day. Make sure you like and subscribe for more incredible little internet show content like this. Don't forget, we're streaming live all of the shows on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5 right now from training camp. I'll be out there a little bit later, broadcasting from noon to 3 with Tyler Columbus, who's back from vacation, and Scott Hastings. So we'll give you all the latest Broncos news. Plus, we'll have live coverage of the Deion Sanders press conference at 11 a.m. as well today with our reaction to it at noon. But you'll have the morning sprint with Coacher and Alex Ryanemi. And right now, Mosier and Lombardi and Kane and Mosier and Lombardi are back from their Italian vacation because you can't stay on vacation forever. So they're back. Thanks for watching. We're back on Thursday with DMac SMaK on our little internet show. So there's that.